My name is Karla Taylor-Bauman. In April, I was diagnosed with COVID, April 2nd. The last day that I actually remember being healthy, I came home from work, and all I remember having was a really bad headache. That's the last time that I consciously remember.
I took the next day off work, and I took Karla to her doctor, her primary care physician. She could not breathe by this point. I mean, she was just, it was bad. It was getting pretty bad. The first 7 days was just each day things were sounding worse and worse and worse. Hearing about this virus going around, hearing about COVID, the way it was spreading, and you know, it's one of these things where you think, it's never gonna happen to me. Is this a bad dream that I'm just gonna wake up from? This can't be happening.
I don't remember the next morning. I don't remember Javon rushing me to the emergency satellite hospital near our house. I don't remember him taking me to my principal doctor. I don't remember any of that. It's like that section of my life just completely is like gone. The next thing that I remember is actually waking up at Kindred Hospital. And I just didn't understand what was happening. The nurses had to like calm me down and say, hey, you're in the hospital. You've been in a coma for a while and you're just waking up. It's okay.
Karla came to us after being in the acute care setting for almost 60 days. She came to us on a ventilator with a trach, and she was minimally responsive. Her kidneys were failing. However, staff, knowing how to take care of patients who are on ventilators who are in that situation, they continued to reassure her where she was, what happened, that her family loves her, they've been checking on her, and before long, she's going home. That's the goal.
So Karla was great to work with. We kind of worked on communication skills, physical and occupational therapy, worked on basic strength exercises, bed mobility, ADLs, all of that. We did some pretty intensive swallow therapy, and she was so incredibly motivated. She progressed so quickly.
I started working with her and taking her oxygen down every day. And on the last day, I took it completely off. And that's when Karla kind of woke up. And I said, Karla, you don't need this anymore. You're doing great without oxygen. And she just looked at me and just said, thank you so much. Can I go home now?
We got her, eating a normal diet again. We got her a whole lot stronger than what she was. She was meeting all of her goals. She was so incredibly motivated to go home and see her family, and her family was a huge support too for that. So it was really great to see.
My range of motion, learning how to walk, and just coping with the thought that I couldn't see my family. The staff became my family. That was all I had for 56 days. And after a while, you just kind of depend on them, really, for a voice even, or a self-touch, or someone holding your hand telling you it's gonna be okay. It was that point where it truly hit me that I was truly alive and I was on my way home.
It was so emotional. I mean, seeing her see her family for the first time was just incredibly emotional. They were the greatest support. They were always on FaceTime with her. They were always motivating her through therapy sessions. It was just incredible to see her actually get to go home and live at home with her family.
If I could have her nursing staff and the doctors from Kindred in front of me right now, I would just tell them all, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. She's just improving every day, a little bit by little bit.
I'm getting there, and I will get there. I started last week going to sit outside in the sun. It just fills me up with joy. I am Karla, and I'm a COVID survivor, and I'm here to stay.